Hello everyone, welcome to Project Silgorang. Today we are going to learn a new concept in Svelte, which is conditional rendering. Most of the times what happens in real world applications is that you want to render certain content based on certain actions taken by your user. For example, let's take an example of a login page. If the user has entered correct credentials like correct username and correct password, you want that user should see a different application page like a home page. And if they have entered wrong credentials, like they have omitted something in username or password, you want that they should stay on the login page until they enter correct credentials. So to implement that particular thing, we use conditional rendering. And for conditional rendering to be in the code, we use if and else block. To demonstrate it, let's take a very simple example. In this example, what you have to do is, here in script section there will be a number. You have to tell in tell the user, or you can say you have to code in this HTML section to know that whether this number which I have given you here is greater than 0, less than 0, or is it equal to 0. So for that, first let's define our number. For this, I'm going to use const num equal to 0. You can assign any value. I'm just taking a 0 value for the starting. Now, for if else block, first you will open curly braces. Then for opening the if block, hashtag if, then you will be writing the condition. If num equals 0, then h2, and I will write the number is 0. And to close this if block, what we will do, we will use this curly braces, then slash, and then if. Save it, and here you can see we have this. The number is 0. Now let's code rest of the conditions. For this, we will use now else if block. For that, we have to use colon, else if number is greater than 0, then we will print h2, the number is greater than 0 and the number is num. And the last condition, which will be covered in else. For that, we will use this curly braces, colon, else, and then h2, the number is less than 0 and the number is num. Save it, and here what you can see is, for now the number is 0, and if I change it to, let's suppose, 20 and save it, here you can see the number is greater than 0 and the number is 20. Let's take one more example. Let's suppose I'm taking the number as minus 20. Save it, and then you can see the number is less than 0 and the number is minus 20. You can add multiple conditions. See, if for example, let's suppose how you can use it in user authentication. You can take const username equal to username. This is just a placeholder. There will be actual username when you are going to code such application. And what you are going to do is you are going to put this username on an API which will verify that this particular username exists or not, and if it exists, then the password they entered, password equal to password they entered, is the correct one. If it is the correct one, it will return you the value whether it is true or false, and based on that you can use this conditional rendering to judge whether to make user fill password and username again, or the user can proceed further. So let me comment these lines. Yeah. So that's all for this video, and if you have doubt about this error, I would suggest you look it up, because It is not something which is very difficult, and if you still aren't able to find, I will explain this error in next video. Till then, take care and bye.